Jana Norris spoke on Celebrate the Summer Solstice at Red River Unitarian Universalist Church on June 21st, 2026. Of her service, Jana says, "This is the longest day of the year, the harbinger of both the long hot summer ahead and the beginning of the shortening of each day as we begin the inexorable march into winter." Welcome from Red River Unitarian Universalist. Thank you for joining us. The religion we practice in this church is centered in the here and now rather than the hereafter. It is more of a thinking kind of religion than a believing kind. It is governed more by reason than by tradition, more concerned with the present than the past. It is concerned with getting the most out of life, with living wisely and well. A major aim for us is continually expanding our understanding of life and ourselves. This church is a community of people who share in the free and open search for a level of understanding that will enable us to be more fully and effectively alive. The church does not tell us what we must believe. It stimulates us to think. It supports us in our search. You are welcome to join us. Our centering value is love, with transformation, generosity, equity, interdependence, justice, and pluralism.
We are here to abet creation and to witness to it, to notice each other's beautiful face and complex nature, so that creation need not play to an empty house. As is our custom, if you'd like to come to the table and light a candle for a joy or a challenge, or just to bring more light into the world, please do so while we sit in stillness, feeling our heartbeat and listening to the prelude.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worship, whoever you're leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Ours is no caravan. God
Our UU snippet this morning is a quick update on the Safe Congregation policy. I want to take just a moment to talk about our Safe Congregation policy. Now, despite the name, what it might sound like, this doesn't actually have anything to do with fire drills or how we handle natural disasters. Instead, it's all about how we care for our youngest community members. This policy ensures appropriate and healthy boundaries between adults, meaning anyone 17 or older, and our children and youth. Even though we don't have tons of kids running around right now, keeping them safe is a responsibility that belongs to all of us. Because of that, we really need every member of our congregation to read through this policy. And I'll be honest with you, it's 11 pages long, so maybe grab a cup of coffee or tea before you dive in. To help guide us, we have a 4-person Safe Congregation panel. This includes our 3 Committee on Ministry members and our board president. Whenever they make decisions, they are always guided by 4 core values: the absolute safety of children, the state law, best practice response recommendations, and deep confidentiality. This panel also checks in with the congregation every year and to keep us all updated and make sure the policy stays current. And a quick note for volunteers who work with children: if you work with our children or youth in any capacity, you do need a complete screening application approved by the board, pass a criminal background check, and read and sign our code of ethics. If you are a church leader or a member who hasn't had a chance to read the Safe Congregation policy yet, please take some time to do so as soon as you can. You can find it on our website. Go to the information menu, click on Our Governance, and you'll see the Safe Congregation policy. Thank you all so much for helping us keep our church safe, welcoming, and loving space for everyone.
Summer Beckons by Jadine Lydia. As the world spins into her longest, lightest day, we celebrate the laughter and the joy along the way. As the summer beckons and the daylight draws us near, we hold our loved ones close as we raise a glass in cheer. As the reflections refract, replenish, and restore, we allow our bodies to heal as our souls light up once more. As the summer calls us forward, we bathe in her glorious light, calling in her promises and our blessings for this life. Summer Solstice by Molly M. Remmer. On the solstice, we gathered roses, wild clover, tiny white asters, 4 black-eyed Susans. We carried honey cake dotted with raspberries to the back deck, where we circled up and offered our blessings to one another, with a spritz of fragrant oils mixed with cooling water. We spoke of our promises, our plans and dreams, of projects finished and ideas laid aside. We recommitted to our visions, to focus, clarity, choice, and trust. eating bits of honey cake to seal our vows, bringing our claims into us, where they might become a living part of our own forms. We offered pinches of cake to the land, calling out our gratitude for each learning and inspiration, each love and appreciation in turn, as we tossed bits of golden cake between the branches and into the wildflowers. We joined hands and sang together, offering our voices and our prayers to the keeping of our promises to the land on which we live. We noticed fireflies asleep on the mulberry leaves and watched long fingers of sunlight extend over the roof as the sun began to descend on the longest day. Happy summer, we called to the sky and stones, trees, and birds. With this rite of honoring, of blessing and gratitude, of noticing and renewal, we left the rose petals and raspberries behind us and stepped across the threshold back into the heart of our lives.
Blessed Solstice, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers who are with us and those who have journeyed on. Unitarian Universalism draws on many roots, including those of paganism and earth-centered religion. I'm not going to create a full-on pagan ritual this morning because you've not all consented to be in one, nor have you gathered with that mindset. We are using pagan ritual as our outline, drawing from material in our hymnals, as well as from my studies and experience. We begin by casting a circle. We do that to demarcate our sacred space, a place outside the cares of the everyday world. Next, we invite the elements, earth, air, fire, and water, to join us. Then we invoke the fifth element, spirit, which we can personify as deity or recognize as the forces of creation and rebirth, order and chaos, being and action. Then we'll do something, because the purpose of ritual is magic, physical or mental action that creates spiritual and emotional change. Rather than raising power, which takes some practice, we'll share a guided meditation. To begin, a song from our gray hymnal creates the idea of a circle for us and invites the elements to join us. At the end of the service, a song will release the circle. So please sit at least through the first 30 to 45 seconds of the postlude. Thank you.
Deepest
Please rise in body or spirit for our chalice lighting and spoken affirmation. This is the time of the summer solstice in our hemisphere, when daylight is at its longest. Life reaches her fullness. She spreads her radiance. Her greenness peaks. She fills to capacity, opens completely, and so she turns back toward the dark. We celebrate her radiance, the fullness of being, and the generous pouring forth of it. Join me now as we remind ourselves of the affirmation that is a cornerstone of our free faith tradition. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in freedom, and to help one another. You may be seated. Every Sunday, we light this peace candle. The universal prayer for peace comes from the Hindu Upanishads and was made popular by Mother Teresa. It is recited every day at noon around the world to remind us of all the places in the world where there is no peace. Join me now in the words on the screen. Lead me from death to life, from falsehood to truth. Lead me from despair to hope, from fear to trust. Lead me from hate to love, from war to peace. Let peace fill our hearts, our world, our universe.
Lady of the season's laughter, in the summer's warmth be near. When the winter follows after, teach our spirits not to fear. Hold us in your steady mercy, Lady of the turning year. Sister of the evening starlight, in the falling shadows stay. Here among us till the far light of tomorrow's dawning ray. Hold us in your steady mercy, Lady of the turning day. Mother of the generations, in whose love all life is worth, everlasting celebrations bring our labor safe to birth. Hold us in your steady mercy, Lady of the turning earth. Goddess of all time's progression, stand with us when we engage, hands and hearts to end oppression, writing history's fairer page. Hold us in your steady mercy, Lady of the turning age.
The spinning blue-green ball, yes, Gaia, mother of everything, we walk gently across your back to come together again in this place, to remember how we live, to remember who we are, to create how we will be. Gaia, our home, the lap in which we live, welcome us. This discourse didn't go the way I thought it was going to. I started working on it, and what I was writing wasn't really what I intended to write, but I think it was more interesting, and I hope you do too. The winter solstice is celebrated in one form or another around the world. It is the longest night of the year. Even city dwellers revel in the slow but perceptible lengthening of each day afterwards. The coldest part of the winter awaits, but the longer days remind us that spring will come. Many religions welcome the newborn sun, or sun for Christians. The new year begins just a few days later, part of the solstice, but removed a bit so it won't be connected with a pagan holiday. The summer solstice doesn't get that kind of love, at least not by American city dwellers. Most of us don't really care whether it gets dark at 9 p.m. or if the day is slowly shortening and gets dark at 8 p.m. And hey, thanks for the reminder that there's 187 shopping days until Christmas, right? Historically, however, the summer solstice has been greatly revered by cultures all over the world. It usually coincides with the beginning of the Nile's annual flooding, and the Sphinx and the Pyramid of Amun-Ra align with the rising sun on the morning of the summer solstice. So do the Mayan monuments, the Pyramid of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza and the Pyramid of the Moon at Teotihuacan. Thousands gather each year at Stonehenge to see the summer solstice sunrise illuminate the heart of the monument. The roof box at Newgrange in Ireland admits light into the inner chamber only on this day. The Tropic of Cancer Tower in China was built so that it has no reflection at noon on the summer solstice. In the man-made Ajanta caves in India, a statue of the Buddha is illuminated at sunrise on the summer solstice. In ancient China, the summer solstice coincided with the wheat harvest in many regions. Because of this, it became associated with seasonal thanksgiving, ritual offerings, and ceremonies expressing gratitude for the harvest, while also praying for continued stability and protection from natural disasters. In some areas, the day was also connected with ancestral observances. In modern China, the day is more often recognized for its seasonal meaning. It is the time when food changes to lighter fare, often served cold, and people begin to rise earlier to take advantage of the coolest part of the day and rest in the afternoon. Many calendars of the ancient Greeks began their year on the summer solstice. It was a day when the hierarchies of society were suspended. Masters and slaves dined and celebrated together, honoring the peace and equality of the mythical Golden Age. Cronus, the god of architecture, was celebrated, and Persephone returned from the underworld. Apollo's temple in Delos was said to be his birthplace, was especially honored. Some of the old traditions live on in the celebration of Agios Ionis Kledonis, removed to June 24th by the Church to separate it from the old pagan holiday, which includes bonfires and ritual water divinations by young women. In Rome, the Pantheon is oriented to the summer solstice noonday sun, so that when it shines through the roof's 30-foot oculus, a massive, brilliant circle of sunlight strikes the exact center of the building's marble floor. In Florence, the gnomon in the roof of the Duomo allows the summer solstice sun between 12:30 and 1:30 p.m. to perfectly illuminate a plate in the floor. I think they got just a tiny bit off with their planning. The ancient Romans celebrated Fortuna, the goddess of luck, with pilgrimages to her temple, drinking, and gambling. The Catholic Church substituted the pagan celebrations of the solstice with the very similar Christian celebrations on June 24th, the feast of St. John the Baptist. Bonfires are lit, and herbs are gathered to steep overnight for a face wash that protects, beautifies, and gives long life. There's probably some drinking and gambling going on, too. The Celts and Scandinavian cultures celebrated the summer solstice with great bonfires, feasting, dancing, and divination. It is still a major celebration in Scandinavia. The promise of shortening days is indeed a blessing in the land of the midnight sun. Sweden holds huge festivals, attracting millions of tourists. Norway's celebrations are more local affairs, and Finns tend to celebrate privately, often retreating from cities to lakeside cabins to better enjoy nature on this day. Unfortunately, the Danes celebrate by burning an effigy of a witch to destroy ill fortune. The ancient Puebloan people of what is now New Mexico and Arizona used petroglyphs and architecture to mark the solstices. Surviving examples can be found at Puerto Pueblo in the Petrified Forest National Park, Pueblo Bonito, Chaco Canyon, and the Aztec Ruins National Monument. For many of the Plains tribes, the Bighorn Medicine Wheel in Wyoming, which is aligned with the summer solstice sunrise, is a sacred site. The people of Cahokia in Illinois, the largest pre-Columbian site north of Mexico, constructed wood hinges over the centuries to track the solstices and equinoxes. The summer solstice is a major celebration for many Native American tribes and nations. It is a time of renewal, reflection, and spiritual significance. This is when the Sioux hold their sun dances. The Zuni hold ceremonies of dance and ritual celebrating the renewal of life. The Coast Salish people of the Pacific Northwest hold celebrations that feature long canoe journeys to meet with other communities. These journeys celebrate unity, strength, and the enduring connection to the waterways that sustain their way of life. Members of the Comanche tribe meet at Medicine Bluff, their sacred site in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, for prayers and for passing down their history and storytelling to younger members. The Choctaw Nation celebrates with dancing and drumming and gathering to watch the sunset. For the Navajo, the summer solstice is a time to honor the sun's role in bringing warmth, growth, and healing to the land. It is a time to express gratitude for the crops that are growing, the livestock that are thriving, and the natural cycles that sustain them. It also marks the monsoons that will soon arrive and bring fresh grass for their animals. By the way, even though the summer solstice is astronomically and astrologically the beginning of summer, it's called midsummer because the ancient Britons began their summer on May 1st with Beltane and ended it the 1st of August with Mabon or Lammas, the beginning of their harvest festivals, leaving June 21st as the middle of summer. Ronald Hutton, a professor of history at the University of Bristol, said the midsummer was thought to be a time when the normal laws of nature or divinity could be suspended, when spirits and fairies could contact humans, when humans could exceed the usual limitations of their world. This is the day the sun appears to stand still as the dawn's movement northward ends and begins to return southward until the sun truly rises in the east on the equinox. It's also the day when the veil between our world and that of fairy is said to be the thinnest, and fairies, sprites, and other nature spirits are the most active and mischievous. This is the theme of Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream, where fairies run amok and wreak havoc among the humans. Many people in Europe still put out an offering of sweets on Midsummer Night to appease the other folk, just in case. Today, we greet the solstice by pausing to reflect and by rejoicing in the richness of the season. Although the heat of summer is still before us, The shortening of days is a promise that it won't last. That the seeds planted in the spring are growing, and that harvest is coming. The bright sun of summer illuminates the parts of our lives that require clarity and encourages us to step out of our personal darkness and onto well-lit paths. It is a time to consider and appreciate the hard work already done and to acknowledge the work to come. The summer solstice is the pause between the years waxing and waning, between planting and harvest, between becoming and being. It is a time to celebrate prosperity, growth, and good fortune. It is a time to consider how the bright and the dark are interwoven, neither of them better or more necessary than the other. This day invites us to not simply observe the solstice, but to participate in it, to notice what has grown, to acknowledge what has come into full light, to give gratitude for what is, and to remember that life always continues, even as it changes.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. But here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright.
Let us begin this guided meditation by taking 3 deep breaths together. take note of your body. Feel your feet pressing firmly to the floor. Feel the position of your body sitting straight and tall. Feel the strength of your body. Take a moment to admire all that it is doing in this very moment to keep you alive, to allow you to be here. Now focus on your feet. Feel the floor beneath you. Feel roots morphing from your feet, extending down through the floor into the earth below. Feel them reach deep, anchoring you. With every exhale, send any stress or tension from your day down through your spine, your legs, and into these roots, releasing it safely into the earth. Allow the earth to support your full weight, holding you steady. Now bring awareness to your spine. Imagine it as a strong, solid tree trunk reaching gracefully towards the sky. Notice the texture of your bark, the flexibility of your branches, and the vibrant green leaves fluttering gently in a warm, peaceful breeze. As you inhale, imagine drawing nourishing energy up through your root system. Feel this grounding, calming energy travel all the way up into your feet, your core, and your chest. Feel it rise to your shoulders and your head, filling your body with joy. Let it reach up and beyond into branches. Then let it rain down from your branches back into the earth. Feel the energy come up through your roots, through your body, out your branches, and back to the earth, carrying away your stress, your pain, your worries, so that they can be cleansed by the earth. Feel the cycle of this power coming up through your roots, through your body, into your branches, back to the earth. Feel the sun upon you, the sun of the summer solstice, the sun of renewal, of vitality, the sun that promises a rich harvest to come. What dreams have been growing in your heart? What now emerges into the light? What is renewed within you? What are you grateful for? Now it is time to come back. Feel your branches dissolve into the air, knowing you can always call them back. Feel your roots dissolve into the ground, knowing they are always there. Feel your body anchored in the present, in this room. Open your eyes and be back in this room once more. May the blessings of the summer solstice fill your heart. Remember that every offering is a share the bowl offering, where undesignated cash is split between the Texoma Family Shelter and the Texoma Earth Day Festival. The bowl awaits, or you may donate online.
One fire, one breath, one land.
Witches, pagans, devil worshippers, they said. Christians, atheists, all judged by the head. We were raised to fear what we don't understand. Taught to point our fingers instead of hold out a hand.
Grandma said stay away from those weird ones. Pastor swore they danced with the devil at night. And we believed it cause fear gets taught. But none of us were ever told to stop and think twice. One fire, one song, one flame. Different paths but the heart beats the same. Lay down, hey, lay down, blame. Fear is a cage, we ain't living in chains. Raise that voice, call that name. Which Christian, atheist, all the same. Red blood, brown blood, white blood, same. We all bleed the same, we all bleed the same. Hey ya, 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 hey ya.
They said fear the drum, fear the chant, fear the moonlight, fear the feathers, fear the smoke, fear the night. Fear the ones who pray in a different tongue. Fear the book, fear the cards, fear everyone.
But hate is learned and love is chosen. And we ain't letting old lies keep us frozen.
Open your eyes, take a real good look. The monsters we fear don't look like the book.
One fire, one song, one flame. Different paths, but the heart beats the same. Lay down, hey, lay down, blame. Fear is a cage, we ain't living in chains. Raise that voice, call that name. Which Christian, atheist, all the same. Red blood, brown blood, white blood, same. We all bleed the same, we all bleed the same.
They trained us to fear difference. They trained us to fear questions. They trained us to fear freedom. They trained us to fear each other. But fear is a weapon and we're done being soldiers. Hate is a sickness and we're done getting older. We choose respect, we choose truth, we choose peace.
One fire, one song, one flame. Different paths, but the heart beats the same. Lay down, hey, lay down, blame. Fear is a cage, we ain't living in chains. Raise that voice, call that name. Which Christian, atheist, all the same. Red blood, brown blood, white blood, same. We all bleed the same, we all bleed the same.
Hey ya, 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 hey ya.
Hey ya, 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 hey ya. One fire,
I invite you to rise in body or spirit for the benediction and extinguishing the chalice. As the sun reaches its zenith, we honor the light within, our soul's ally. On this solstice day, may we embrace this chance to awaken, to grow, and to heal. Please join me in saying our community promise as we extinguish our chalices. We extinguish these flames, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please hang out for the song.
May the circle be open, but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. May the circle be open, but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever